is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, everybody? My name's Jake.
I'm Tyler.
And this is Off Panel Off Topic, episode 141.
We gotta hurry up because we don't have to hurry up, but we did.
No, yeah, we do. Because we lost
Well, we do, yeah,
Like,
because we lost
9 minutes of the show.
9?
Like 8 something.
Yeah, it's fine.
8 and change.
Fine. So let's get into it. What episode is it? You usually
What
know.
episode is it?
Do you usually know what number?
It just said 141 a minute ago.
Well, I wasn't
Do you
listening.
not listen to me?
Why you not?
So yeah.
What the fuck was that, Arnold?
That's a great question. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
So drop the 6 of us into a meat kinda.
I do want to kind of address something off the top, and that's coming. That's talking just about the show proper, and some of the changes we're making to that, and in a sense of we're still going to do some news topics, but I think we're doing more discussion of, comic books and things that seem to be more of our interest.
Right. We started. We do the long box every week. I got a list of long box stuff, like stuff I've been I watched 3 months ago. But
We're gonna
oftentimes
talk more like comic
well,
books.
when we get into shows sometimes, and this happens, we get into long discussions about stuff, and we don't have time for the long box, and that's fine. It's okay. But one of the things we thought would be fun, and we did try the Mayhem Comics thing for a while, but we just didn't have time for that. And thank you guys, obviously, for that. But
no, it was fun when we could do that, but
right, but
our schedules it didn't work out.
We thought it would be fun to do a couple of series that I have recently bought and have whole runs of. So instead of the graphic novel route, we'll be going issue by issue.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a little bit more episodic. We'll see how it goes because
We'll tweak it from here.
I imagine.
Just like a meth head, there will be tweaks.
Wow.
We're in Iowa.
Well,
What do you expect?
they're books. They're comic books, so they read pretty fast. So I mean, I don't think I need that much time, but
We'll figure it out.
well, because we got X-Men 97 coming up, we got Fallout coming up. Now that's going to be all the episodes, but
Are we gonna do?
but
all
I'm
of
just
them?
saying, like we're kind of at a point where there aren't a lot of movies that you and I are going to want to see, and I just wanted to spend.
What's coming
more
out this
times-
year from in the MCU? I mean, Deadpool 3.
That's about it.
Really?
And then there's like a show, I think. I don't know. There's not a lot. DC has nothing this year. Creature Commandos, I know, is coming, but we're not going to see Superman until next summer.
When is
So-
Creature Commandos coming out? The fall?
I think something like that.
Thanksgiving, I thought, when we did the news about it.
I don't remember. But I think it's around. It's late 2024. So we'll see.
Huh.
We'll see.
Well, it's been fun doing the podcast. I'll see you later. Fuck off.
Wow. 4 minutes. Good job, buddy.
Hey, really?
I think that's pretty good.
I don't think I swore before then.
Well, fuck, man.
Shit.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you for being a fucking friend.
Oh my god.
And I don't mean a friend who fucks.
Just like a fucking good
You know,
friend.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it's an adverb. You
Not
know,
like we're
No,
fucking.
not an adverb. It's a descriptor word.
Boring!
Oh,
Yeah,
shush.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
You're not even
dude.
here. You're just a soundboard, but
Yeah,
you're pissing
you're just
me
a
off.
soundboard little ditty.
Little ditty.
Little ditty went to market.
Okay,
Li-
no.
Don't fucking challenge
Why do
me.
we even bother calling this off-panel off topic? It's just karaoke with Tyler. Improv karaoke with Tyler. Song.
Sandwich.
So anyway, first topic
little
of
did he
the
win.
shut your mouth.
I'm gonna fucking write that song. Fuck you.
Knock it off.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Could it was a gavel, maybe. Maybe I'm judging you.
We already got letters.
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't hitting
But
me.
yeah, me smacking the table with the mic was saying enough.
Yep.
We're talking about X-Men
Order.
97.
Order in the court.
You son of a bitch. I'm trying to... Bailiff?
Get him the fuck out of here.
Judge Tyler. Boom.
What do you mean we gotta work?
Judge T-Bird.
What do you mean we gotta work on Tuesday?
You go to jail. Jailhouse rack. Yeah. Every time you convict someone, it's like, it's in a song, but it's like, it's like a fucking murder. You're guilty of murder.
Guilty.
I didn't know we were going deathcore. Jeez.
Why the fuck not? Man?
Okay.
Innocent. Guilty. What the fuck are we talking about?
X-Men 97.
Finally.
Listen,
Listen, I can go as long as we want on this whole Tyler Judge shit.
Judge T-Bird.
Judge T-Bird. Judge not, lest ye be rocked.
So, showrunner for X-Men 97, Beau DeMayo.
Can we put that on a fucking TikTok? Because we oughta. Judge T-Bird needs to happen.
Okay. I give you a fucking
Listen,
inch, you
the-
take a mile.
The producers who were doing Judge Judy and who finally just had enough or whatever it is that because she's doing something else, I think, you need to fill that void. I'm just the man to do it.
Let me
Judge-
fill that hole.
Judge T-Bird will fill that hole.
That legal hole.
Wow. I get like the
Let's
word,
back up on that
get the
one.
word-
I don't know about
I
that
get
one.
the wordplay, but nah.
Nah, that was...
Because it's a legal show. I fucking get it.
Yeah, but
No.
listen
No.
listen how it sounds.
You are fired from the writing staff. Jesus fucking Christ. Just break the fucking mic stand.
Well, I want to talk about
now
the gosh
we need
darn
the boring.
X-Men.
Now we need the boring.
Honestly,
Brilliant!
You're fucking right, dude. You should just put it back in the stereo.
I'm gonna put you in the
I'm
stand.
gonna put you in the stand. Judge
you on the
Tyler. Judge Tyler. Judge Tyler. Judge T-Bird.
It's fucking
Fuck. You're fucking guilty.
Stop it. Because no one on this planet thinks that's funny but us.
I beg to differ.
God dang it. I clicked on this to listen to talking about X-Men 97.
Objection. Sustained like a note on my fucking guitar.
Get your ass to Moss.
Fair. That's fair.
So Beau DeMayo is out, who was the showrunner of X-Men 97. Originally, it was reported that he was fired, but since Marvel has kind of said it was more of a parting of ways, it wasn't a firing.
Both parties haven't they?
I don't know if he's made a statement, but I don't think he said anything publicly because
He might not be able to. Like,
yeah.
He might
So
have
I'll
certain
I'll
time
explain.
limits.
So Marvel's Brad Winderbaum, he is the head of streaming, TV, and animation. He talked to Entertainment Weekly. He said, quote, "I can't talk about the details, but I can say that Beau had real respect and passion for these characters and wrote what I think are excellent scripts that really the rest of the team were able to draw inspiration from to build this amazing show that's on screen." And Winderbaum said it wasn't a firing; it was more of a mutual thing. Just strange timing,
Yeah.
because when this goes up, the show will be out. We'll have the first 2 episodes will be up, so we'll talk about that next week.
This is a weird part about having already done this part of the show, is that it's like, didn't we already talk about this? Yeah, but not to you.
Yeah, we had to redo the whole thing.
Yeah, and we were talking about how somebody leaked it, maybe.
Yeah, my thought is,
You don't think there's people inside Disney trying to bring Disney down from the inside? Listen, I go to church every Sunday, and they tell me I'm working for the devil. Hi, that's him, the devil.
Are you also one of those people who's like, "Where's Kate Middleton?"
No. But I did think it would.
I wish we were recording when my wife explained that.
I think it would have been fun to have your wife on and to talk and to do like a retro. I almost said toenail radio. A retro tinfoil radio. I don't know. A retro tinfoil radio bit with your wife about Kate Middleton because she knows all fucking about it, dude. I didn't know anything about it, and I was just like, "What's going on? What's the deal with Kate Middleton?" You better fucking get to that goddamn. What's the deal with Kate Middleton? I said, what's the deal with... Thank you. Kramer.
Giddy up.
Newman. Okay.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Whoa, Kramer, you sound different.
You sound different. What's going on in there, Kramer? It's the birthday of the Nebera. The Nebera and Fade Routh. Jerry.
Why do we even bother? Doing any news on this show?
So, now...
Holy jeez.
Now,
I guess the show is off topic.
but if you don't think that there's people inside Disney who are trying to leak stuff out,
I don't think
make it.
Yeah, I don't think Marvel intended this to come out
No.
before the premiere because it makes the show look bad, regardless of how good the show is.
Yes.
There's people are going to speculate.
Well, these shitheads, the shitheads that we talk about ad nauseum because they're everywhere every week, they're going to use that to...
Geeks and Gamers literally made a video called Woke on Woke Crime.
What a segue. There you go, Jake. Go ahead.
Well, no, like he had a I didn't watch him because, again, I get to the certain point where I'm like, I want to talk about this. I want to cover these things. But I hate, like, I think sometimes they should be covered. But at this point, I don't know, man.
Well, no.
They just do this shit for attention, and I feel like we're a part of it. And
we used to do tinfoil radio. Speaking of that, and what we did was we'll get back to the X-Men news. And what we did was we talked about a lot of.
Well, it relates
we started
to this.
with funny conspiracy theories, but we ended up having to talk about because we were doing it during COVID and everything. We ended up having to do. You're just looking at the fucking board like, what are you doing to the board? Don't touch my fucking board. Touch my fucking board. We had to start talking about like real actual fucking conspiracies and shit, and it was exhausting because we had to talk about these shitheads, and it just got really just exhausting. And so one of the things we try not to talk about them because A, they're shitheads and they don't really talk about anything that if they were serious about stuff. Like we watched that Spider-Man, like that kids show. Electro and what Doc Ock are gender swapped.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about that.
I'm sure there's a video about it.
Because they really.
Probably.
The point is it's nice to not have to fucking talk about these assholes all the time.
Go on YouTube. Go look up the YouTube channel.
But they'll use that if this show is not good.
Go look up the YouTuber Jose, which is amazing. I don't know how they got that name.
Right? No shit.
But anyway, go watch Jose's video because Jose does a video about. First of all, they make great content. I love their video essays. But so he breaks down how Critical Drinker looks at things and how disingenuous it is. That's a really great example of it. And so like things like this come out and it happens before the show comes out, so people are going to speculate and they're gonna have their narratives. They have said as much. They take a narrative, they run with it, and that's how they make their money. So like that, I don't see a lot of them talking about his firing or parting ways or whatever the case may be. They seem to be like, hey, no, it's a parting of ways. We didn't fire him.
Well, I think they seem to be fixating it on the whole morph thing. Is what they're fixating on, and that's what that's the horse they're gonna beat, the dead horse they're gonna beat until a new one comes along.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's ridiculous, and that's the problem with this happening before the show, because you're gonna have conspiracy theories and speculation about this, and I really do hope it is a mutual parting of ways, but and again, that makes me think that this
Right,
was
we don't
leaked.
see,
It makes me feel
2
like
weeks from now, like he's on some place like I didn't care for the non-binary character. Like fuck.
or maybe we're just
Fuck.
looking. You know what else? It could be that we're looking into this too much and the timing just sucked.
Yeah, could be.
Simple as that.
Well, you know what?
Because to be honest, the release date, because this got delayed, so we didn't know. And then with how the writer's strikes and all this stuff was happening, it got, we didn't know when this is actually going to come out. So maybe he had already planned to leave well in advance. And again, the timing just sucks. That could be possible too.
We've seen great shows that have changed showrunners in between seasons and have still been good. We've seen shows lose showrunners before the end of seasons, and they've still been good.
It's sure, any creative project, if you have a lead, if you have someone kind of guiding the ship, that's great, and that's for the most part how things should be. But even with that, like you said, there are teams of writers.
And
this is a group of people that work with each other for a while.
And a caveat, yep. Yeah.
And they know these characters.
Right. And a caveat to that is I've seen shows where the showrunner was there the whole time for multiple seasons and it sucked. So
Like the Halo show. What? Which, by the way, Halo PODST, we're wrapping that up this week. The final
Thank
episode
God,
of
I don't
season
hear about it anymore.
God help me if we do season 3.
I'm just kidding.
I
love that you're doing a special
no,
thing
I
by
just
yourself
I
with
think
your new
it's
friends.
I think there's a lot of speculation. I truly tend to believe that the timing just sucked.
Yeah.
And I think that he was going to leave a long time ago, and it just because they didn't know when they were going to release this, the timing happened the way it did. But it's fun to do that. Tyler, we got another batch of news here.
Yeah, news.
Here's how you know when Sony has a swing and a miss with one of these Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man.
Well, I've already seen that they've tried to blame Dakota Johnson for it.
Oh my god! And then Sydney Sweeney is making fun of it, and because she joked about, she's like, "You've seen me in Euphoria or Anyone But You definitely did not see me in Madam Web."
Yeah.
Like, which is a funny joke.
Yeah.
But you can always tell when they don't make a ton of money or make the money they want to. Like when Morbius flopped, they re-released No Way Home, the more fun stuff edition, to get some more money back from the money they lost from Morbius. And I think they're doing the same thing here with Madam Web. But maybe Sony is just trying to do this as a whole to keep that license fresh for some reason. So Sony is re-releasing
I saw this.
every single
It's
live action
such
Spider-Man.
a fucking cash grab. Fuck you guys.
But honestly,
It's pretty
I
cool,
kind
though.
of want to see the first one on the big screen again.
Okay. You
I'll,
want to see it
I'll explain here in a minute.
together?
So it's but we don't know if we'll get it because it's select theaters. But
Fucking better get it.
so April 5th,
I think Flix does it. Anyway, go ahead.
Spider-Man 1,
Mhm.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man,
Mhm.
April 15th,
Mhm.
and then every week after that. So
Yep.
April 22nd
It's,
will be
it's
Spider-Man
something
2.
Mondays, isn't it? What is it
It's
called? Every Monday.
I'm wondering if it's that week. Like, is it running that whole week, and then the next, like that Thursday or Friday or whatever, then that's the beginning of the next one?
I don't know, but I know that the ad that I saw, like in a newspaper, was like something Mondays, and it was all of the movies coming out.
Well, but yeah, they're releasing they're re-releasing these in theaters. I think it also ties with an
Might have been on
anniversary
Twitter. Oh.
to the studio. It's also the 20th anniversary of the second movie this year, because Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004. Because we're old now. I've seen
Last year was the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and Lego. You couldn't give me a fucking brand new updated Ewok village. What the fuck?
anyway.
All right.
So fun fact about
Thanks
this.
for letting me,
As I look at this list, so yeah, Spider-Man 2 April. It starts April 15th, ends June 3rd. From Spider-Man to Spider-Man No Way Home. And as I look at this list, I realize I have seen every single Spider-Man movie live and across the Spider-Verse. Sony hasn't said if they're going to re-release those movies. But just looking at this, I've seen every single Spider-Man movie.
those two, yeah. The Spider-Verse.
But
yeah.
I've seen every single Spider-Man movie. Both the
I've
Spider-Man
seen
Spider-Verse
every-
movies, all of these movies.
I've seen every single Spider-Man movie
In
in the
theaters.
theaters except for the two Amazings.
I saw both of those.
I
in
saw
theaters.
neither of those in the
I saw
theaters.
The Amazing Spider-Man twice.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, because I saw
My brother's actually an extra in Amazing
I saw-
Spider-Man.
I saw it with a group of friends, and then my girlfriend at the time wanted to see it, and then I saw it with her. But so
He got to be on set when they filmed the whole thing with the scene where Green Goblin first shows up and they're at that parade thing. He was at the set that day.
oh, the Thanksgiving parade in the first movie.
There was a whole casting call for or whatever, if you were in the area or something, and he happened to be in the area. I don't know if he's
Were
on
you in that
screen.
movie? And he's like, "What the fuck?"
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Yeah, I was
That's what
like,
he said.
dude, I was just asking.
And he's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, honestly though, I will say this: that first movie in particular, I would legit think about going to see it, or that one or Spider-Man 2. I have more fond memories of Spider-Man 1 because Spider-Man 1, I remember seeing it in theaters as a little kid, and just having my mind blown.
What
I was
year
like-
was that?
2002, so I was like 9 years old when that first.
The first Spider-Man was 2002?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. And then Spider-Man 2 is 2004. So,
I suppose I did move
but
out. Yeah. Huh.
I just remember that vividly, seeing that in theaters and just like it blowing my mind. And
God, that was the year that I moved out to Denver. Huh.
And then I remember there was one time my mom and dad like surprised me. Was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the movies." It was like 4th of July weekend, and we'd already done like the fireworks and shit, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go see a movie," and they were between Dodgeball and Spider-Man 2, and I convinced them to go see Spider-Man 2. And my dad was like really wanting to see
Tough
Dodgeball.
choice, though.
2 really good movies.
Great movies.
2 really solid movies.
Mm.
But he had heard because and Dodgeball had been running for like a couple weeks at that time, so he was like, "Hey, people tell me this is a funny movie," and I was like, "Yeah, but
And you know what? It
my
is
mom is gonna side with me because she's like, my baby boy is precious, because you know how moms are." So yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters, and my dad liked those movies, but he just always gave me shit. He was like, "I don't know, Dodgeball seemed pretty funny." I'm like, were you not entertained? Because I was.
Were you not entertained?
But see, and you know, at that age, because of where we lived,
Yeah.
the closest movie theater was like
A mile.
20, 30 minutes. So going to the movies was a big deal then. Whereas now, it's not just that I have the one movie theater with 3 screens. Now I have 3 or 4 or 5 different movie theaters with 20 different fucking screens and IMAX and 4D where they have a little
wow.
bidet up your butt. You know what I mean? 4D. You ever done it? I want to try it. What?
You know what I almost did for the last movie we went to, Dune Part 2?
Yeah.
I almost got the D
4D?
whatever. No, the seats that react.
Yeah, 4D.
4D.
4DX or something like that. It's 4D. Where the seats move and stuff?
Yeah, I almost did
Yeah,
that.
it's 4D.
But it was like $20 a ticket for a matinee. And
Yeah.
I was like, you're not worth that.
Because like if there's like
But when I
4D is like if there's water or something like rain, they'll throw water on you and stuff.
What?
Or like fake snow on you
What?
and stuff. Or if there's you'll get punched or kicked or like
what?
They won't like punch or kick you. The chair moves like you're getting.
Somebody just stands next to you.
No, that's what I was thinking. They just, you know how like you go to
Somebody
movie
gets their arm
theaters
cut off. You get your arm cut off.
and they have servers and they bring food to you during the movie, but they just come over and fucking punch you.
No, they're standing next to you the whole time.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Action scene.
I'm sorry. We can't see that on radio.
Just popping you in the face.
But yeah.
Get out of there, Captain America.
When I first moved to when I was a kid, it was a big deal because there weren't that. You're right. There weren't that many theaters.
Yeah.
But when I first moved to Iowa City, we moved to Coralville, and there were 2 theaters, and they were both like really far. They were downtown. So it was kind of a big deal to go to a movie and whatnot. And they were small theaters. They were like 60 to 100 seats, maybe, like small, like not a lot, maybe 30 to 60. And then they finally opened a theater in Coralville called the Coral 4. And it was like the biggest fucking deal in the world because it was like, we got our own theater, man. Hey, listen to this fucking thing. And I saw The Crow on
Speaking of, did you see
Friday
that
13th Friday the 13th when it came out. I actually had my senior skip day. My friend's senior skip day that day. No, my senior skip day was that day. I went to 2 that year.
Most people don't. Usually it's just one.
I wanted to get fucked up. I was 18. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, because you could drink it.
Yeah, fuck it. No, I was still 21 when I was 18, but whatever. Anyway, but then now there's Coral Ridge Mall, and there's, I believe, the Coral Ridge theaters. So that's where the theater is down in Coralville. But yeah, it was still a big deal going to the theater. You wait in line. It's not like that anymore. And I gotta be honest, I'm okay with that. I like getting to the theater, and I like not having to stand in line to get my shit.
And you have your own seat.
Fuck yeah. And even the movies we've seen, like Dune 2 was pretty packed.
I don't need like 4D is something I would like to try at some point.
We should do it sometime.
But it is not something that like I need to go. Like
we should try it just for the sake of the show.
And this does seem like a cash grab from Sony. It's nostalgia bait.
It totally is.
But damn it if it doesn't work, I mean
I'll buy me some Spider-Man shit.
I'm probably not gonna do it, but if it's at like Flicks here in town, they would probably be the place that would have it because they do like screenings of random movies and they do like a fan fest thing. I'm sure Sony does something with it. Because again, they have Ghostbusters and Spider-Man. That's it. And the new Ghostbusters is coming out soon. I'm probably not going to see that in theaters. I saw Afterlife in theaters, but I don't know if I'm going to see this. I don't really care. But then again, I really wasn't that like excited for Afterlife, and I came out enjoying that movie a lot. So who knows? Maybe I'll enjoy Frozen Empire, but I don't know. It's just Ghostbusters continues to be weird as a franchise to me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like a franchise.
No.
Even though it is. Like, I'm not saying that first movie is perfect, but that first movie...
Actually, I was watching that last night, and that used to be one of the few video cassettes that we owned as a family.
Yeah.
So I could quote you that whole entire movie. And I was watching it again, and it is a fucking perfect movie.
I'm not saying it isn't. Mouth. I'm just saying that it clearly didn't feel... It was a movie much like the Raimi Spider-Man movies. It was focused on telling a single story and focused on that one thing. We didn't have to tie to the Avengers and the grander scheme of the universes and everything like that. But I think
watching it like brought a smile to my face just because it's still so good.
Yeah, and
still so good. The effects hold up still. Like, and for what, 1984?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah, that's all that Sony has is Ghostbusters and Spider-Man. But with Spider-Man, and I think those Raimi ones in particular, yes, they're going to be... It's just like anything. Like, your and I's version of the Ninja Turtles are going to be different than my nephew's version. Going to be different than my son's version. They're going to be their own things. And so, like, somebody might love those Amazing Spider-Man movies, but for me, Raimi and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it is probably my favorite. Like, live action-wise, probably my favorite. I like Holland Spider-Man, but I want to see him have his own identity. I think his Spider-Man is too attached to the MCU. Mm. And I'm interested to see where they're going with his character now. But I think it's because those first two movies are so well contained and just to focus on that story. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I love them and why I like the idea of re-releasing them in theaters does excite me a little because I'm like because I saw those movies on the big screen, and yeah, nostalgia fucking works because it makes me think of a simpler time when I was a kid when those movies were coming out. And I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Somebody should have told us. Don't you never grow up? I'm like, I don't want to.
Like and. While there are things that are outdated in those Raimi movies, they're clearly a throwback to the Stan Lee Ditko,
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Ditko
Yeah.
era. The is it the Silver Age or the
It's
Golden
more
Age?
Romita
Golden
because
Age?
it's more Romita than Ditko because Romita was the artist when Mary Jane first came out.
Yeah, and they kind of put like Gwen Stacy doesn't even show up until the third movie, whatever. But my point is, it's that style of Spider-Man, and I still some effects,
it's 60s
some
and
dialogue
70s.
and some effects don't maybe hold up. There are still some amazing shots in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Sam Raimi knew how to shoot, and a lot of this and I'd love to see what those would look like on a big screen. Now, are they going to be like 4K? Like, is this going to be restore? Like, we're going to get an up-res of this on the big screen?
Up-res?
Up-res, down-res, side-res.
I don't know you that well. I don't know you
Back
well enough to
res?
be doing doggy res.
What the heck?
Side res?
Doggy resolution. What is that? 'Cause that's what you're saying.
You don't love me. You just love my doggy resolution.
I don't even know.
What were you going to say?
I don't even.
Just do it. Just click something. Don't matter, man.
It's your fault. It's your fault. Be mad at yourself.
I have to remind our listeners that every week. You clicked on this episode.
Yeah, but we shouldn't punish them by just being idiots. Well, shit.
You know
I feel
here's the problem.
Yeah.
That works too well for any transition of anything.
Right. Well, here's what I like about it is, to me, it's kind of like a welp.
Because you know what? Spider-Man. Oh no, the Green Goblin, he kidnapped Mary Jane.
Welp.
Better go stop him.
Welp. It's just a guy throwing his hands up like, hey, it's live, man. What are you going to do?
And then Goblin. Now I'm imagining the Spider-Man movies is like a sitcom. It's like a Seinfeld-like sitcom. Because it kind of works. Because there's a great comedic bit where Aunt May is praying and he fucking breaks through the wall and just says,
Finish it. Finish it.
and then you're just thinking, we took it too far. That's the studio audience.
What's the deal with the Green Goblin?
It's a Halloween because he's got jack-o'-lanterns or something.
The pool was cold, Jerry.
Why?
That's
Well,
what the listener's feeling right now.
You know what? The listener is, if it's like me, is laughing their ass off because we're such. I listen to this show and I think it's hilarious, but I'm also
But you're biased because you're in it.
in the shit. All right, so what's up next on the?
My personal Vietnam is
Man.
podcasting.
Wow. Jesus. That was a-
Every day. Every day I put on these headphones is another battle
Wow.
with my mental health.
So so that's cool that they're doing a cash grab. Those fucks.
Am I the
What were you playing before that?
Well, this is what I use with Paul Atreides at Arrakis.
Am I the Messiah? I don't know. I could be. I'm not ruling it out.
That's how I feel every fucking day. All right. So, yeah, it's clearly a cash grab by Sony. It'd be fun to see any one of these movies back in the theater.
I have
honestly.
another special topic.
Okay.
Secret topic that you didn't even know about. I'm actually two kids.
I'm gonna allow it.
I was gonna say it's two kids stacked on top of each other.
It's too what?
It's that I'm actually two kids stacked on top of each other this whole time.
I thought you said like it's two kids, and I'm like, what? So what's the topic? And why are you calling them?
I want to talk about Aquaman because I haven't had a chance yet. Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom.
You told me don't bother, and so I have not.
Well, it is terrible. I did not like this movie. Normally, we don't just have like a a rant section.
This is kind of a anti-long box, if you will.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
for it.
here's my frustration with the movie.
I thought you were gonna say my fresh take.
When 90% of the movie is CG, it better look good, and it doesn't.
Or passable.
I am so. We are beyond. I
We
get
had this
into
problem with The Flash.
I'm beyond the point of fucking letting this shit go, because let's be honest, you're overworking these people, underpaying these people, and so the product doesn't look as good.
And how long did you have?
And you're putting all this money because you have created a market now where every fucking movie has to make $1 billion, and you rush this shit out. You delay. This is. So this, much like The Flash, is another movie that was delayed because of COVID or whatever the circumstances made. It was delayed a few times. So you had extra time to work on this. But I guarantee you what it is, because I am not going to blame the visual effects people on this. I think they got done at a certain point where they said, okay, this is where it is, and we're just going to release this. And then Warner Brothers never touched it in those delays, when they could have had said, hey, while this is delayed, can you guys go work on this and do this? Maybe
because that would have involved paying them more money, probably.
I tend to believe that more than the visual effects artists being that bad. Because this is just
I don't think that
fucking
at all.
garbage.
Here,
you know what I mean? I'm not going to blame the.
We're both.
I don't know anything.
You're right.
I am all speculative here, but I am just saying.
Right.
I tend to think Warner Brothers would be at fault because they fuck everything up.
we are both artists and creators, and we are both of the same mind that we don't want to put anything out there if it's not good enough. If it's not passable. Somebody who just listened to the last 10 minutes of the show might be going, fucking really?
This one doesn't count.
Are you sure? Yeah, this one doesn't.
Because the show is just all
touch and bless.
But to be really honest, like, I guarantee you, not one of those visual effects artists was like, I'm okay with that. They were like, well, you're not going to pay me any more money. And I've already worked myself to the bone to get it as good as I can with as much time as I've been allowed to have on this shit. I would love to finish this, but you're not going to pay me anymore, and my time and my fucking effort and my art are worth more than that. So to me, none of this is on the visual effects artists at all.
Here's the thing.
It is all on the fucking corporate executive fucks, dude.
And here's the thing, too. I think what hurts this movie is because the nature of it, you have to have it has to be CG. Most of it has to be CG. You obviously can't do all this and film all this underwater, clearly, right?
You can't?
So because of that, because the nature of the movie, you are forced to...
I just don't...
going into this movie, you know that almost like 80 to 90% of this movie is underwater. 80, 90% of this movie is going to be CG. There's going to be CG creatures and all this shit, right?
Oh, you think James Wan was happy with this shit?
So sure.
Hell no.
But
didn't have a choice.
This movie looks like shit. Like, it looks really bad. And I'm not going to... And again, I don't want to blame James Wan. I think James Wan's a great director. I don't think this is his fault.
No, I'm saying he probably fucking is not happy with it either.
He's not happy with it.
Why would he be? Looks like shit.
You've gutted anything from it because again, I think Zaslav was pressuring James Gunn to announce the DCU stuff. So by the time this movie came out, nobody cared because it meant nothing. And so I just don't think they cared and just put it out. I don't think they had anybody go back and touch it up and work on it while they had all these delays.
Yeah.
And they just said, this is...
Same thing with The Flash.
And then they're shocked when it doesn't make $1 billion like that first movie did. Because we're at this... 5 years is a big difference.
Yes.
And we just... Like, you're seeing audiences be more... Because of the nature of inflation and the nature of how the economy works. Dude... We are seeing less movies at the theater for this show because we don't want to spend the money.
Yes.
Because, like, Dune, we had to see that in the theater. We wanted to see that in the theater.
I didn't see the first one in the theater.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I want to see that in the theater.
I'd like to see that one.
I want to see Furiosa in the theater, and then that's it.
That's
for
this year?
Yeah, I don't care about anything in June.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to really see anything in July until Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
So... with that mindset, wouldn't you want to release a movie that looks better than this, that has a better story than this, that clearly reeks of someone cutting it to shreds and chopping it up and making it nonsense? And like, so the whole plot of this movie is what we thought
What's
about.
the full title again? Aquaman.
The Lost Kingdom.
What a fucking vague
Very,
and
original name.
stupid and just throw. Who gives a shit?
Also
title?
helps that one of the secret big villain of this movie is a generic like black stone with like green looking glowing stuff on him, generic bad guy.
Not from the comic books at all.
I don't remember, dude. I don't fucking
What was the
care.
name?
I don't remember this movie at all. All I remember is being viciously angry with it because there's so many shots in this movie, and I was just like, put a real fucking prop in this movie, for Christ's sake. When you're on land where you don't have to rely on a CG set, use some real fucking props.
Well, like what?
Like there's a scene where they're fighting and there's a crane, and that is fake. The guy that gets hit is fake. It's all CG, and I'm looking at my wife and I'm saying, is there anything in this scene that is real? Anything. For Christ's sake, why don't we CG is so mishandled, and these movies cost so much because they're so fucking lazy, and they don't want to build sets.
They don't
Because
want
it's cheaper to just CG everything.
They don't want to pay stunt people. They don't want to pay like fight coordinators.
Yeah.
And shit.
And it's like the final fight with Aquaman and Black Manta. I like how it looks and how it's shot, and I see it, and it's all CG bullshit. And I said that would have been really cool to have stunt people have that. Like, that would be a cool choreographed fight.
Right.
But it's CG.
But no, you can't.
It's fucking sad, man.
Let's move on. Fuck these
So
guys.
I'm hopeful with James Gunn's shit.
Yes.
But I just wanted to vent about that movie because no, man, it's like this is a great example of when you completely, continuously damage a brand so much that nobody wants to see your movies. After The Flash, I said, I'm not seeing another DC movie. I'm not going to see Aquaman. I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to see this in theaters. Why should I?
I think, you know what, you and I seeing that in the
Because it should have
theater.
ended with The Flash.
You and I seeing that in the theater, I think was necessary to kind of be like, this was a good reminder of why we don't see these movies. Until you and I started doing the podcast, I never saw DC movies in the theater. I think I saw.
I made you go to Black Adam.
No, I saw Man of Steel. I saw Batman v Superman, and I think that was the last one I saw in the theaters. And everything after that, until I didn't see Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, because
That was on HBO.
that was during COVID and shit.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that. And before I don't think I saw the Joker in theaters. I might have, but I don't think so. No, I don't think I did. So it's never been a priority for me.
I saw Joker in theaters.
And here's the other thing that's changed a lot too, is spoilers. I mean, we know that this movie is going nowhere after this. So whatever is in it, that's like, ooh, was there any post-credit scenes or anything? In the Aquaman?
there was a very crucial post-credit scene where Patrick Wilson's character puts a cockroach on a cheeseburger. I'm not making that up. That is real.
Why?
Okay, so most of this movie...
What?
I'll get to it very briefly. Most of this movie is Ocean Master and Aquaman trying to reconnect, right?
It's a buddy movie. Sure.
Yeah. At one point, he makes him eat a bug as a joke. He's like, "Oh, this is a delicacy on land. It's a cockroach in the jungle." They're like in a jungle area. He's like, "Oh," so he eats it. And then in the post-credit scene, he's living amongst people, and he has a cheeseburger and he sees a cockroach. He's out on like a beach restaurant area, and he grabs the cockroach and puts it on the cheeseburger and eats it. And it's like, that's good. That's real. I did not make that up. That is all in the movie.
So there
To
were
let you know how I feel about that fucking movie.
There are no. So okay. So I mean, spoilers are not the same anymore. Anyway, like there's nothing really to spoil about Dune 2, Dune Part 2.
It's in a the book's been out
If you
since
know-
1965.
Right? So there's not. I mean, it's pretty. We talked about the differences between the movie and the book, and those aren't
Yeah.
really spoilers. It's more just editorial changes by Denis Villeneuve.
Like Chani having a bigger role in this and all that stuff.
Yeah, and whatever. And
Aaliyah not being born in this movie.
now the last movie that had like a big spoilery moment was the Marvels. And that was that whole thing at the end with, I think we can say it by now,
Yeah,
the
it's on-
X-Men,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
With, Kelsey Grammer and whatnot. I think we can say that now. But that was the last one that had anything spoilery. Everything before that, the thing before that was, I think, the Eternals. And that was the Ebony Blade shit.
Oh yeah, with
And also
Blade.
Star Fox.
Yeah.
But that shit has gone nowhere. The Eternals is not getting another movie. So what the fuck is that point of all
Who
that?
knows, man? I don't think that matters. I think they just want to think people are going to forget it and just move on.
I think they want. I don't know.
Truly do. I truly
Well,
think that.
remember that COVID did fuck with a lot of the MCU. So I wish I hope that they're taking this time, like this year, without putting out a lot of shit, to regroup and to rethink.
Well, now
and to
they're
re-strategize.
Now I think they talked. This was a couple.
Are they going to recast?
A couple weeks
Kang?
ago, they said that there was rumors that they're taking off the Kang Dynasty subtitle. Like,
Oh, okay.
they're probably just like, okay, we found a way to kind of close that loop with Loki. We're gonna just try to move on and do something
That
else.
sounds fine to me, dude. I mean, again,
Which, if that's the case,
Kang is pretty cool, but he's not that cool.
If that's the
Whatever.
case, and we get a proper Fantastic Four with Doctor Doom, and we make we do the kind of idea.
If you
of
get deep into the Fantastic Four
This is-
lore, Kang is a descendant.
with this Jonathan Majors thing, I think this is a good. I wasn't really behind the whole Doctor Doom thing. Now we're transitioning into the MCU theories, which is fine. We can keep going on this because I'm having fun doing this. Because that's how much I fucking hate the DCEU. I'd much rather talk about the future MCU. But I was kind of against the whole idea of making Doctor Doom the big bad. But if you could do it properly in Fantastic Four,
see,
I could kind of be into that.
Here's what I don't want is I would like to see if you have time to make.
Would you rather Galactus, like a proper Galactus?
Oh God, yes.
Did you see the rumors about Javier Bardem being fucking Galactus?
Oh God, that'd be so cool.
You're gonna tell me Stilgar is gonna be Galactus?
Oh, dude. Oh.
Tell your younger
My
self that's
brain
gonna
just
be your
my
reality.
brain just came.
Imagine that though. He'd be awesome as Galactus. Or who would be Silver Surfer though? That's the real question.
I don't know.
I'll be honest. Lawrence Fishburne wasn't that bad as the voice of the Silver Surfer in that one movie.
I did like the Doug Jones Lawrence Fishburne combo.
Yeah.
Because Doug Jones looked like him.
Oh, he did the mocap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Kind of figured that dude always does like.
Fishburne did the voice.
mocap. Yeah.
The voice was that's a perfect voice.
They
for
just
Silver
fucked up
Surfer.
Galactus and made him like a cloud.
Shitheads.
Or because I don't
Here's
know.
what it- here's what
Because
it-
Doom and Galactus, they're so.
I'd like to see. I would like to see somehow if they're gonna bring in the Fantastic Four and somehow make it like they've been around since the '60s, but something happened and that's why they were gone and nobody remembers them.
Incursion.
Sure, but here's what I'd like to do then. Make the first Fantastic Four movie a 60s like style, like fucking spy movie type fucking feel.
Oh no, dude, like Creature of the Week, like not fully
Mole-
like that, but
fucking Mole Man, dude. Fucking Mole Man.
or like Land of the Lost, like
Mole Man.
like a throwback.
And that's the villain in that one.
Obviously,
at the end of it,
obviously,
Doctor Doom appears.
Obviously, you shoot it like, if anything, take what they did with Dune 2, Dune Part 2, because, like I told you this when we were coming out, like it nailed that. It looked like the book. Like it's hard to say because the book isn't illustrated.
Right.
But to me, like when I saw visuals in that movie, I saw 1960s sci-fi, but also having that modern look. You know what I mean? So I think you could do that. I think you could make it look like Lost in Space, Star Trek, like old school.
The key
like,
to good sci-fi is
sci-fi.
to making it look like people belong in that world.
Make it a believable world,
right?
yes.
And Star Wars did that. Star Trek did that. Fucking Alien and Aliens did that.
It's doable. It's very doable.
The first Alien does an incredible job of making this world, this ship, the Nostromo, that they live in and everything that they work in, that they're towing all this shit. It makes it's kind of a closed set. If you ever heard the rumors, and I think it's not rumors, but the way that the set was built is there was only one way in or out of the whole set. So that like added to the claustrophobic feeling for the actors and shit during that that shoot.
Take breaks.
No, basically, yeah. If you did, you had to go all the way out. So
you'd have to go to your trailer.
But like a lot, you know what I mean. So a lot of it was just like, let's just keep filming, or whatever. It's not worth. We have 5 minutes. It's not worth going outside or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of like.
But that's good sci-fi, and that's what Dune 2 did. And
yeah.
I think I would love to see a Mole Man like fucking kaiju type of thing with the Fantastic Four. Okay, they're already established, so there's not going to be an origin story.
But the trick is going to be, though, to kind of be a throwback to that, but also don't take yourself don't be too silly with it. Like you still have to.
It would be
because that's what this Fantastic Four comics were. They were cheesy and over the top and of their time, but like with every character, every story, it's evolved over time. I would love somebody had this weird, crazy fan theory of like how you could set up the idea of a multiverse, because I feel like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna pluck them from a timeline where they existed in the '60s and drop them into the MCU proper.
Well, there's precedence in the comics.
But somebody said if you did that, wouldn't it be like cool if you made the Maker, which is the evil Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe? What if you made that like Miles Teller, or the dude who played?
We talked about
or
this.
the dude who played Reed Richards from the first. Yeah, we did talk about this. I can't remember if we talked about it.
That would be cool.
I would think that'd be a fucking crazy storyline, wouldn't it? Like that'd be awesome. Like Pedro Pascal is fighting the old Reed Richards. Like that'd be a crazy concept.
That would be a really cool. I think.
Because that's the big thing about Reed Richards is that he's always the failure and stuff like that. Or maybe he is fighting. Maybe he's the one who stops the Kang variants too. Like it isn't Jonathan Majors; it's a different guy.
You could do something really cool where the Fantastic Four movie starts off with one of the older Reed Richards, who's made his way to the MCU, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then he starts like doing some crazy shit, and. No, somehow you have to involve the Fantastic Four from another timeline too. I don't know how they do it, but I am hopeful, and he has not hit the high mark every time, but Feige has not disappointed me yet.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel,
motherfucker.
First of all, you're still. I've been meaning to read more DC books. But right now, I'm reading, as I mentioned in the last episode,
DC.
I've been reading all new X-Men. But I'm looking now, as we mentioned, we kind of want to go back to, we liked, like our first couple episodes, we did the Green Lantern Earth 1 books, and we every so often we talk about a certain book we want to cover. And I feel like I want to do more of reviewing the books and doing that. So we're not doing it this week.
No.
But starting next week, you have 2 books. Because I was like, you know what, Tyler, you have a lot of more comics than I do. Pick some books.
Well, there's a couple recent runs of different books that. One thing that Marvel has done, which I really liked, is they do what's called legacy numbering. So, like for instance, like every Hulk, every Immortal Hulk was like number 20, and then legacy whatever. So. So you knew when like Hulk 750
where it kind of split from the main continuity, and is that what you mean, or
no? It was the same numbering system from like they took every single Hulk series since the very first one, the 1961 or 2 or whatever, and they've numbered them so that they're all there's been this many issues of Hulk, right?
Yeah.
So like Immortal Hulk number 20 was like
Hulk number
Hulk all-time number
900,
726 or
something
whatever.
like that, yeah.
So that's what I like that they've done. But they've also done 5-issue miniseries. All miniseries when I was growing up were either 4 or 12 issues.
See, I've only known 6. Like I've mostly known like
6 were there were a couple 6 ones, but again, I don't even know how they determine that. We've talked about this with like shows and how how many episodes they have. I don't know how they determine.
And a lot of the time,
It
to be
doesn't
honest,
matter to me.
a lot of the time, like 2 or 4 part series are just like
These
they're
5-part
like
series are
crossovers,
good,
but yeah,
because they give you time to kind of the first. You almost have like two issues to build up, 3 issues to kind of set, have that middle, Empire Strikes Back area, the, oh my God, what are they going to do now? And then the 4 and the 5. So you have 2 issues to like really bring home wow, what a crazy concept. What a crazy twist or whatever.
I love the idea of one of those. So what are they?
So the first one is The Punisher by Jason Aaron.
So what I like about this is this is a 12-issue series.
I fucking love
So I love the
this
idea that
issue.
Jason Aaron's like, hey, I'm going to just do a year of
Well, he
Punisher.
wanted to, but he wanted to close the book on the Punisher, honestly, and he does. Let me read the credits.
Don't read the whole thing.
I'm not, just the credits. The Blessings of War is book 1, chapter 1. I don't know if there's going to be a book 2, or if maybe halfway through this, I think halfway through the series it becomes something else. But right now it's The King of Killers, book 1, chapter 1. The Blessings of War by Jason Aaron, Jesus Saiz, and Paul Azakita. But it's really fucking good because it's where the Punisher becomes the fist of the hand. The demons, the slayer of the demon high demon slayer or whatever you want to call it. Because they bring his wife back.
Yeah, I know.
That's the first one, and we're gonna do them. We haven't figured out how we're gonna do like how many each one. I only brought the first of each one, but the other one is Defenders #1, and this came out I think in 2022 or 1. Al Ewing, Javier Rodriguez, and Alvaro Lopez. This is a beautiful book. It's a well-written book. It stars Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer, and then Harpy, who is Betty Banner, okay, who used to be Red She-Hulk, but now she's Harpy. This dude called the Masked Raider, and then this other like way D-list fucking character named Cloud.
Cloud? Okay.
It's
a deep cut.
It'll describe to you, right? But it's gorgeous. You can see by the cover, it's
Looks
a
like
different kind of
shit.
art.
Wow. No, it looks good. I think
It's
both
a different kind
books
of
look
art.
great.
Oh, this book, I don't know if
Punisher.
it's Saiz who did all of the art, but it changes art style. You'll see what I'm talking about. It changes art style like every book, every issue. And the one art style is like Recollections, and the other art style is like Now. But it's both art styles are fucking beautiful.
So
and Javier Rodriguez, his art is out of this world, dude. He uses the space so incredibly well. It's just so good. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez Louise, look at this big fucking ad for
it's
the death of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
When did this book come out? Oh my gosh, Marvel.
Yeah, just keep going, dude.
No. I just want
Why
to
don't
point
you
this
open
out.
up some
So
actual
I open
book?
up the Defenders #1 here. Trying to just, get a little peek at ooh. See, I like that. So
What is
the
it?
colors and the look of it make it look like it was like it looks like a Alan Moore like 70s 80s style comic.
He's got a very 60s
looks like that,
70s
right?
style, but it's modern too.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Because it looks different. It's when you look at like a Stan Lee,
just the
like,
way
versus
the
now,
way he
obviously,
uses the space on the paper and everything to describe. I hate that you have to open to that every time. I want you to see some of the book.
I know. I want to point something out with Defenders #1
For
here.
fuck's sake!
I
Yeah.
can't help but open the book directly to this part because like
It's
a
like
bookmark.
a 4-page like spread.
Marvel has an advertisement for
Fuck's
Miss Marvel
sake.
#1,
Jesus.
Inferno, The Jonathan Hickman
It's a whole
X-book.
thing.
A
yeah.
big thing, Inferno, Poem Number 1.
Which I stopped reading before all that.
Yeah, and then Amazing Spider-Man, all that. That, by the way, Inferno and all that stuff. They just announced the new direction for
That was a couple of years ago or
X-Men.
last year, I think.
something like that. Yeah.
Because I read all the.
No, yeah,
the-
I really like the art. Of
The other,
Defenders number 1.
speaking of that, a sneak peek actually. Oh shit, I did this wrong. God damn it. Sneak peek actually of a upcoming. I really, really loved the Sins of Sinister storyline in the X books, and it was really, really good. So, at some point, we will be talking about that as well.
No, we won't.
Fuck you, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Fucking Ares is in this.
Yes. See, that's the first part of it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Fuck you.
Also, I love that Jason Aaron and Marvel changed the logo because we're like, too many chuds use this logo.
Too many racist cops.
Too many
and
people
shit.
didn't get the fucking point that the Punisher hates cops. That's one of the big reasons he's a vigilante that kills people.
Also, there's only one reason why he doesn't kill cops, mostly because he doesn't really need to. But it's just
He'll kill cops, motherfucker. He doesn't care.
Not necessary.
He is the god of war.
Dude, who was it? Ennis?
Which, honestly,
Ennis's fucking run on the Punisher is fucking next level fucking crazy, dude. Garth Ennis?
yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That guy, the Russian, that whole, like...
You know what was the Tom Jane Punisher, the fight he has with Kevin Nash in that movie?
I never saw it. I saw the...
We'll have to watch it sometime. It's an interesting movie.
So that's the one
I
with,
enjoy
Is that the one with Travolta?
Yes.
Okay, the other one was with Ray Winston. No. What's his name? He was in the Ahsoka. He just died.
You're right.
Was it Ray Winstone?
Yeah.
No, that's the guy who was in Indiana Jones.
I'm pretty sure it's right.
Point is that he was really good.
Yes. But yeah. I'm excited. I didn't know anything about the Defenders. It's a weird lineup, especially because my only exposure to Defenders was the Netflix show. So I don't know anything about the team or any of that shit. So.
See, and this is the interesting thing is that the Defenders TV show, that was there's no real there's no real superhero team name for what for Power Man and Iron Fist, except for Heroes for Hire is one of them, and then Power Man and Iron Fist was their comic name for a long time. Was Power Man and Iron Fist. That was what they were called, So Marvel TV made the decision to call them the Defenders, but I don't believe the original Defenders lineup, I don't believe any of those characters were in that original Defenders lineup at all. I don't believe they were.
Yeah.
But
Kind of like the Avengers.
Defenders were the Defenders were they were a team that were, I don't know if they just in the 70s like team books sold so well, and I think that's why they were trying to make another super team in Marvel.
Yeah.
They had like Avengers West Coast for a while was like the secondary.
When Claremont was with the X-Men and it blew up. So there was like the X-Force and X-Strike.
Well, that was But I mean, I think the point is that they were trying to. I don't know what's going on with this, but I love this story because they explore both Defenders and then Defenders Beyond is the one after this, and it's both the same creative teams, and they explore the primeval. Like we're talking like. I love when they go back in time in Marvel, dude. I fucking love it, dude. I love the Ramatut shit. I love the first Cosmos, the second Cosmos, the fucking love that shit.
The fucking World War II Captain America shit.
No, it's just the same. That's our timeline. It's talking about like when they go back, like to when like before,
like 10,000 BC Avengers.
Sure, but I'm also talking about like the Cosmos before this one, and the one before that, and the one before that.
Yeah.
Time immemorial, my man. Time immemorial, my man. No. Fuck you, Kramer.
I'm sorry.
What's up next?
I'm trying to find the. I mean, do you have long?
No. Yes, I do.
Do you, or are you just saying that to make me feel better?
I have one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it about?
Cheeky Wachiti.
Yeah, fucking douche. The fucking douche.
Oh, jeez.
It's a long box.
It's the long box, Tyler. What you got on the box?
Nice.
What's in there? Let's open it up. We got nothing. I mean, we'll go right to the end of the
So,
damn show.
I went. Sometimes I'll be looking around on Roku channel, because I have a Roku TV, and there's some interesting shit on there that you wouldn't. You're not even sure like where it came from. Even you're just like, what the fuck is this? And like, how did this get produced and whatever. But this is something I started watching. I got a couple things. One of them is called Responsibility Island.
What the fuck? Do you want kids? Well, here's a baby.
And
you gotta survive it for what is it?
So it looks like a reality show, but it's called Lit Island, and all of these, there's 6 people who have been chosen, 6 sexy singles have been chosen to go to Lit Island and find love and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's actually called Responsibility Island. And all of these people have been recommended by friends and family because they have no responsibility for whatever. Like the first thing they have to do, like the first challenge is to do their own taxes. And like, so
What is this on Roku?
this is Roku, and I've only watched like the first 4 episodes because they're like 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
But like the first one starts off and they introduce like Tay Tay is one of the dudes, and I can't remember all what he does, but at one point after they reveal the twist at the end of the first episode, so the first like 5 minutes of that episode are just them getting introduced and like showing B-roll of them partying with each other and getting drunk and like whatever,
Yeah.
and being in hot tubs, whatever, and what they do, and I'm in love life, whatever. And then like the last minute is they get told like, oh, this is what it is, and the last minute is them reacting, and then it ends and goes to the next episode. But there's a part where Tay Tay, like they show him after they've told them the twist, and he's like calling his mom, and he's like, I don't know why this keeps happening to me.
What keeps happening?
Well, it's just funny because it's these characters, the people
Yeah.
are awful. They're just awful
Yeah, yeah.
shitheads. They offer nothing to society, and their friends and family have had enough. But it's really, really entertaining. If you have a chance to look at it, definitely check it out. And that is my long box for the week. I'll go ahead and.
Well, there you go.
I talked about Overlords and Underwoods, right? I believe I
Yeah,
did.
I think so. Yeah.
That TV show where the kid is.
I feel like I might cheat.
You fucking dick. What's that face?
Why you do that to
That face looks like Bill Paxton just told a joke. With your mustache.
All
You
right.
look like Bill Paxton.
You know, if I bend my mustache a certain way, it looks like the bat symbol. So.
Fuck.
I'm baby. And then check it out. Like they can't see it, but you can.
What's that?
Describe-
What's that YouTuber who does those awesome Batman videos?
Is it Pete Holmes?
Hey, I'm Batman. That guy, where it's like,
So anyway, if I were to have a long box today, I would say,
we're talking about Batman.
I usually don't do this, but I ain't trying to be rude, but I might repeat a long box.
What?
Because I feel like you've done it in the past. I've definitely.
I
done it
might
in the
have.
past.
I'm sure I have.
It's my fucking show, dude.
Fuck you.
Okay. Actually, no. I was gonna talk about.
If you don't want to repeat one,
no,
I have another
I have
one.
something for the long book.
Fine. for the long.
I have been. I think all episodes are. Yeah, all episodes are out. I'm about over halfway. I got like 3 or 4 episodes left. But Apple TV has a mini series. They're their own version of The Last Dance, pretty much. It's The Dynasty, and it covers Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots. So it spans the entire 20 years.
19 and a half seasons of pure fucking pleasure.
And honestly,
why 19 and a half?
This is why I love shit like the 30 for 30s and The Last Dance, because of just how well made they are and how well shot they are. And like they spent like and just the way that it's put together and edited, it's just a really well done show, and it's really entertaining because it has such a different perspective on it. Because when I was growing up, so when I really became aware of football, I'd always been a Buccaneers fan, you know.
What year?
So
what year would you say?
I mean, like 2001, 2002.
Really?
I mean, I'm very young. I caught on with football very young.
I forgot how young you are.
So my childhood into adulthood, I was watching Tom Brady do this. And at the time, I didn't think I appreciated it. I just fucking hated the guy because he was so good. It's like at a certain point, when you have a dynasty, people get jealous because if it's not their team, they're jealous. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs right now because they're the new dynasty. But to witness that greatness and then not, you know, as I've gotten older, appreciate it even more. And maybe it's because Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, won a Super Bowl, whatever. But I mean, that definitely plays a factor.
That helped a lot to make me love
But
Tom
to
Brady.
have this like insight in this different lens of seeing something that I grew up watching, it's just like so well. Like this part that really sticks out to me. There's 2 ones in the first like couple episodes. They show the story, and they tell a story of the fact that Drew Bledsoe was the guy. And I remembered this at the time. Like I didn't know about this, but as later on I knew about this. That Drew Bledsoe was the $100 million quarterback. He's the franchise guy.
I remember that, yeah.
He got him to the Super Bowl. They didn't win, but he got him there, so they still believed in him. And
They lost to the
Favre and the Packers.
Favre.
Favre.
And then the year after is when Broncos went on their 2-year run.
Yeah.
Because then that they beat the Packers the year and then the year after.
But how they show how he gets hurt and that led to Tom Brady starting, it's so well done, man. Like it's because it's like this whole thing. He's like, he scrambles, he's going out to the right side, and the music's building, the music's swelling, and then he just hit silence. And then it's like the realization of, oh no, this guy's out. And the drama of him coming back is Belichick sticking with Brady. And then as it goes on, each episode, you find out more.
Well,
and I want to tell you
Dallas.
this right now.
Yeah.
Do not get any ideas. Seriously. Just like with The Last Dance. Don't get any ideas. You cannot recreate in a Hollywood setting the storylines of the New England Patriots.
What are you trying to say?
No matter, you can't make a movie out of this. This has
okay.
to be a documentary
Okay.
series. So,
are you?
Because I'm making a point. Because I'm saying that like you can't fit all of this in one movie. You have to do it as a mini series.
At least 2 movies, fuckers.
But I'm just saying you couldn't. Doesn't matter who you get as a director. It doesn't matter if you get Martin fucking Scorsese and you get
Martin Short
and you get Ben Affleck to be Tom Brady. It ain't gonna work. I don't know. Imagine that. Hey, I'm Tom Brady.
Hey,
Actually, you know what? Mark Wahlberg.
Hey,
It's Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, I'm Tom.
I have not gotten.
Did you see he's doing another movie with a dog?
But where I'm at in the show, I have not gotten to the 28-3 one yet. I haven't got to that. I've gotten through Spygate and Deflategate, but I haven't gotten
28-3, the Falcons.
Yeah, 51. But it's a good show. It's really good. But I'm just saying, you cannot fit all of this into one movie because you forget that it was a 2-decade run and that there was Spygate, there was Deflategate, there was the Jimmy Garoppolo stuff.
Well,
you know,
you look at one of the things that the NFL has tried to foster, and a lot of their rule changes and how they do things, They want parity. They want a new team to emerge every year. Now, the dynasty that we're seeing with the Chiefs right now is fun, but the NFL is not huge fans of it because it's like, well, we want every fan base to believe that this year could be their year. That's how they keep us fucking idiots coming back. Like Vikings fans, we're fucking morons.
Logical fans are like, yeah, we'll win this many games. But every fan is also like, my team's going to win the Super Bowl this year. You have to have that optimism.
But when you look at how hard the league pushes this parity shit and how they somehow withstood all of that for 20 fucking years.
Free agency and all this shit.
Every year during that run with Belichick and Brady, every year they were relevant in the preseason. Every fucking year.
Oh, you know what else I forgot?
Every year they were Super Bowl contenders.
Here's a stat.
Yeah.
Tom Brady never in his NFL career took a snap where he was statistically out of the playoffs. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. How fucking crazy is that?
But the other thing,
fucking crazy.
I mentioned Spygate, Deflategate. Oh, before Deflategate, Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, God.
Killing someone.
I watched that, or did we watch it?
Well, there's a Netflix documentary, and they touch on it in this. But that's what I'm saying. There's no way this story could be told.
I think I watched it when I
watched
watched your dog one time when you guys went out of town, when you guys lived in the old place. And I think I watched it there because I didn't have Netflix.
I had seen it before.
No, you know what? I watched when my old place that I lived in had Netflix, so I watched it on that. But that was a fucked up story, dude. That whole thing. And you know what? Side note, if you're done with your long box.
Yeah.
Side note, I don't believe you've ever done you've ever done this for long box. I believe that you're remembering us talking about it because you told me off the air about it. I don't believe you've done this for a long box.
No, I was going to do a different thing, and then I remembered this.
Good. Well, I'm just saying you were saying like you felt like you were repeating yourself. You're not.
You're
dude.
repeating me.
You're fucking repeater.
So next week we'll have.
What is wrong with you guys? You just yell at each other.
We'll have a review of the first 2 episodes of X-Men '97. We're gonna. I might be doing a little fun thing with Tyler here because when Dune was coming out, and we talked about those Dune movies, it was you knew a bunch about the lore because you'd read the books and everything, and so I'm like, this is my Dune. Fallout is my Dune. So Tyler and I will be reviewing that show, but leading up to that show, I'm going to have different like little tidbits of lore to kind of...
Little tidbits like tater tots spread and cheese and sour cream, maybe a couple little sprinkle of olives. Maybe you could get a little
like
bacon.
loaded tots? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
loaded tots at Tyler's Cafe. It's $39.99 because it's a big fucking plate.
Tray.
It's a tray, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right,
it's a whole
Tyler.
sheet.
Now listen, plate will work.
A sheet of tater tot nachos.
You want to talk about sheet of nachos? Let's talk about sheet of tater tot nachos at Tyler's. Tyler's Cafe got a sheet of nachos, tater tot. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.